Good afternoon, Anki. It's Audit Center Leslie here, and in the next few minutes I'm going to show you how to operate the DSP software in the computer. And now let's begin. Just open the software first, and you may see here is the interface of the whole software, and here has the offline button, which means that I haven't plugged in the USB wire with the amplifiers. So now I'm going to plug in the USB wire, and please pay attention to here and the reflection of the interface. Just give it a few seconds. Yep, it's already automatically connect with the amplifiers and the software. And you may see here the offline button is already changed into the online button, and the color changed from red color to the green color, and the green color means that it is function this moment. And for any operation of the software, like you click here, it requires you to input the password by your computer. Like I have to input 888 and 8, accept it. And now you can fully control and operate the software by computer. And here is your logo, and here is the DSP series word, and here is the some menu of the channel A and channel B, like walk mode, crossover, delay, gain, and the limiter. This is the same function you can see in the amplifiers. And here is the menus of the software. The first one is file, memory, connect, device, security, and help. And the last one is just about the info of the DSP. You click here, and you will see the basic and very simple description of the DSP software. If you click OK or click this icon, it's saying in fact, which is going to close this pop-up window. I click OK this time. And the second one is security, which means that it's only for the edit password function, and have the pop-up menu, and you only have to type in the password, the current password, and the confirming, and then use the new one. And you have used the new one, and then you will change the password by your side. And I'm not going to change the password this moment, so I just close it. And the second one is, and the next one is the channel copy, and it's for device. I'm going to show you this function after the introduction of the whole subfunction of the channel A and channel B. It will make a better understanding of the channel copy. And also for the connect, it has the 3 drop-off selections. First one is a port select, and the second one is connect, and the last one is disconnect. And now it is already connect, so I click here, and you will notice here the online button is already changed to the offline button. And I just click the second one, and it will automatically connect with the amplifiers, and offline button it will change to the online button. And I just disconnect it, and choose the first one and see what's going on here. And if you have some serial port selection here, but COM3 is the only port for this software, and you may have some other selections in your computer, but please remember that you have to choose this one, because this one is the only access to this software. And then I click OK to connect with the amplifiers. You can see here it's already changed to the online button. And memory, this one I will show you later after the introduction of this whole subfunctions. You will have a better understanding of how it works. And the first one is fire, and only have one function, is quit. If you click here, the software will be totally turned off. Like I click, and then the software is already turned off, so I have to open this software again, because I already turned off the software and automatically connect with the amplifiers. And every time you turn off the software, if you start again, click anywhere, and you have to input the password again to have a further operation of the software, like 888 and 8, accept it. and I close it this one. So now I'm going to show you the detailed introduction of these functions of channel A and channel B. And the first one, I just click here, and if you have a pop-up menu, this pop-up menu has the same function of this of here, and you can choose crossover, delay, gain, and a limiter here in this shortcut. And this shortcut pop-up menu, you don't have to close this window and choose here one by one. It's much easier for you to operate. And the first one is work mode. It has 3 types. The first one is studio, and the second one is parallel, and the last one is bridge. And I'm going to use the studio as the work mode to show you how to operate this software this time. So it's already default. I click here. And the second one is crossover. This is the basic and the default interface of the whole function under the crossover menu. You can see here channel A and channel B, and you can see some value here, dB, and you can see some string line here, high pass frequency, low pass frequency, and also a series of number here, 1, 2, and the last one is 9, and also has the filter, EQ, and the gain bypass, and also has the high frequency crossover bypass, and low pass frequency crossover bypass, and some more buttons here. I'm going to show you step by step, one by one later. And please pay attention to here. If you still remember that in the last video, that totally have 9 PQs, and also in the software also has 9 PQs. You can select different one, and I choose this one first. Okay, and back to here. Here you can see here has the icon H and the icon L and the number icon. You can click here and then drag the button to make it function. Like I drag the number 1 icon, I can drag here, I can drag here, and you may notice the PEQ, the first one, is going to change relevantly. And if I drag number 4, you can see here it will move to number 4 automatically. And if you drag it, and the value will change automatically, like I put here, and I put here, and the number 9 I want to make it the toppest, like here, and the number 2 I want to make it more closer to the number 1, and you can see here all of the value will change automatically. And except dragging the number icon in this sheet, and you can also use this one to select the different, like I selected second one, and I have a pop-up menu to confirm it, like I choose yes this time. And you can also use here, click here or click here to increase or decrease the value by the computer. And also you can select it and use your computer keyboards to input the suitable and the preferred value by your side. Like I prefer 30 this time, so I just type in the 30 and then click bypass and click here to make it function or not, same as others. And this one, high frequency crossover, you may notice here also has a bypass icon, and here hertz, and you can also click here to change the value, but I prefer to change it fastly, so I totally select the number, and I want to make it like such as 18 this time. So I type in, before I click in the bypass button, please pay attention to here, and if it has some change automatically, yeah, you can see here. And the same as the low pass frequency, like I want to change the second digit from 2 into 1, so I just type in the 1, and pay attention to here, it will change also automatically. I click it, yeah, you can see here. And here has some more buttons and button. This one, EQ reset, I'm going to show you later. And the EQ bypass, you will have a, pay attention to here, you will have a very interesting phenomenon. And I just click, you can see here, this is the curve I changed just now, but when I click this button, the line it will be changed to the default one, which is the 0 dB. You can see here the point is already back to the same line with 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, and 7. They are in the same line, but the number 1 icon and number 2 icon and number 4, number 8, and number 9 icon still in the same position as before, which means that if you click again, this value can be changed to the former one again. So which means that you can click here temporarily, make it the default, and then click again, it will go back to the one you just preset. And EQ visible, and also pay attention to here. When I click, the number icon is invisible, and I want to show them, just I click again. At the filter presets, if you click, you have a pop-up window. It's just the preset, which is the same as the function in the amplifiers preset. And you may notice here: store, record, delete, rename, and close this window. And I want to change it into the third, so I just use a store. Like I make it the AERONS B for this preset. I name it, so I just store successfully. But please pay attention here. This filter preset is only storage into the amplifiers, which means that if you store a preset here, the preset it will be automatically stored into the amplifiers, which means that you can also find the AERONS B preset in the amplifiers. I just record it. I click again, and the maximum is 40, which means that maximum you can storage 40 presets by your side. So now it's under the working mode, it's under the presets of AERONS B. I just close this window, and let's go back to the very beginning. It is the EQ reset. This one means that if you click this button, all of the setting, like this curve, all of this setting will be clear out, and the value will be go back to the default one, which is the line of 0 dB. Let's see what happened by clicking it. Yeah, you have the warming pop-up window, and you have to confirm it. I choose yes, and yeah, you can see here icon and the value, the line, insane line is 0 dB, but the high pass frequency and the low pass frequency crossover, because I already bypassed and I already changed the value just now. So if you want to make it back, click here, and the same as here. The setting of channel B is same as the channel A, so I just go back to the next submenu. It's delay also for the channel A and the channel B. And here you can click here, you have a drop down window. You can select different one by your side. I prefer to choose the same one, and the same as here. You can click bypass to make a function like here. And you may notice there has some other icons here, other functions here, like this one and this one, up and down button. Like you can also use your mouse to select whole number. Like I prefer to use it like 1.00, and click it. And please pay attention when I clicking here. You will see what's the clearly difference between here. Like I choose the second one, I use up. Can you see here is the 0 is already changed from 0 to 1. I click again, it will be changed to 9. And if I want to change the first digit like this one, I click here, and please pay attention. And here, like I want to make it to 5.70, so I just click to make it to 5. And I want to change the last digit 0 to number 3, so I just click here, which means that it will be select the last digit, and 1, 2, 3, yeah, which means that this line of button, it will help you specifically choose the preferred digit of the number. If you prefer to change the second digit, you can click here to select the second digit, and just click here to make it down or increase. So it's very easy and very precise operation of the digit. And the next one is gain. This interface is same function as the decoder in front of the amplifiers. You can see there has two decoders of channel A and channel B in front of the amplifiers. You can rotate the decoder to change the volume, but here you can drag this button down or up, and it will change the value here automatically. And also you can click here or totally select the number to input the preferred value by your side. Like I want to make it to 50.3, so it's already worked and bypass. And this is for mute. Now I want the amplifiers to have some sound, so I just turn up, and here has the angle. Yeah. And last one is the limiter, channel A and channel B compressor and clipper. And also you can drag here to select the super value by your side, or click here or totally select. And here is the ratio. You can same and select. Like I want to make it 2.5, and attack and release time, and the same as here, same as the operation of channel B, and also the threshold. So I want to make it happen, so choose bypass. And now let's go into the very big part of the DSP software. Like the first one is the device memory. When you click it, it also has the pop-up window, which is also for the preset. But this preset is different from the preset. It's different from the preset start from here, because here you use the memory, use the device memory. This pop-up and this storage will be only storage into your computer, into this software. Like I want to store it, like I name it to AERONS C this time. So I just store it, which means that AERONS C preset is always storage in this DSP software, and you cannot find it in the amplifiers. So I record it. So now it's under the presets of AERONS C, and you can use delete. If you choose this one, you can use delete to delete it. And if you like, I randomly make another one, like 1, 2, 3, and I choose another one to make it 4, 5, 6. Yeah. If I select this one, I choose delete, and it will be delete the number 4 preset is 1, 2, 3. Name it. So I click here, it already deletes. And if you choose clear, if I click clear, it means that it will clear all presets and it cannot be recorded. And I'm not going to clear all the presets here this time, and you can operate it by your side if you want. Yeah, I want to delete this one, so I just choose that one and delete it. And maximum is 30, the presets storage in this software, because before is that if you choose this one is will be storage into the amplifiers, and you can see it, you can find this preset in the amplifiers. But in here, this one, like the AERONS B, AERONS C, you cannot find it. But this preset is only exists in this software, so I close this window at this time. And second one is the export and the import parameters, which means that for the column preset, now color preset is AERONS C, right? It's AERONS C. So if I want to export AERONS C's parameters, so I just click here, click export, and then I name it to AERONS C. This is the preset you already export. And if you want to load it again, you can just choose from the place you just save, like this one, AERONS C. Yeah, and then you can load, because the maximum is 30 presets. So if you have for example you have 50 or 35 presets, but you cannot save the extra 5 presets in this software, so you may have to use this export function to export it into your computer, and then in the future someday you want to use it, and you can use the import function to import it and use. And also the next two is the make factory and the load factory. And the first one, make factory, is to export the all setting of the DSP, like the work mode, crossover, delay, mute, limiter of channel A or channel B. It means that everything of the DSP software will be exported, including the presets. But this one is only for the presets, so I just click it to make it like AERONS setting. Yeah, it's already successfully exported. And if you want to use it in future or sometimes, you can load it again, because you can change the setting anytime. So sometimes you want to make the classic one or make the preferred one for a certain type of products. You can do some setting by your side, and then to make factory to export to your computer, and then someday you want to use it, just use the load factory function, and you can choose the one and load it, and you have the pop-up menu that back to factory setting, which means that all of the color setting will be back to this setting. I click here, and everything will be operate like the setting like this. And this one, device for channel copy, I click here, and it has the channel A and the channel B selection, which means that it's for channel A. If I click here, which means that the channel B setting will be copied to the channel A. You can see here it has some options for you, but this time I only want to choose gain and the limiter, so I only choose these two options, and which means that these two options of channel A will be copied to the channel A. I click OK. Yeah, and I click limiter. If you still remember just now that the channel A, the ratio is 2.5, but now the channel B is already also going to change into the 2.5, which means that I already copied the channel B's value into the channel A. And that's all about the operation of the DSP series. If you still have some doubts, just send us an email, and we will reply to you with a detailed description. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.